Hey, Alicia and Judge Tammy Stokes has joined us. I missed you today, Judge. I was looking for you at an event and you were not there. Diana, thank you for joining us. Always glad to have you. All right, it's also Glenda Jones is in the house. Good to see you, Glenda. Thank you for watching yesterday. B. Nicole is on with us. Thank you for joining us. Angela Kirkland, happy Friday to you, Angela. Good to see you. Arlene Council, the mother of the most outstanding uh, Ari, college girl. Good to see you. Debbie Williams Walker, Debbie Williams Walker, Debbie Williams Walker. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us. Baby! Good to see you, Angie. Thank you for joining us. My friend Ethel from the Highlands, thank you for joining us as well. E. Joyce Paris is on board with us. Hey, Pastor Chanel, good to see you. And she's on time. I was a little late. Deanna, good to see you. Thank you for joining us. Good evening to you. Cheryl is on with us as well. Georgia, good evening. Thank you for joining us. Hello. Jahada, thank you for joining us. Hello. Zelfia, good evening to you. C. Nicole is on time. That's a good thing. Tanya Scott Green, thank you for joining us. Hey, Mike, good to see you, Mike. Hope all is going well with you. Twiggy is on with us. Good to see you, Twiggy. And of course, the diva herself, Linda Fields, is on with us. And I do owe you a return text. I know that. So I will return it. Good to see Barbara Kaufman on. Always good to see you on. Dolores is on with us. Gloria, good evening to you and everybody else. And Ruel came to see council meeting in person yesterday. It's always an experience. Always an experience. Barbara Dolores is on with us as well. Alan Wright is on with us. Good to see you. Thank you for joining us. Audrey Baker has joined us. Thank you, Audrey. Joanne is on with us. Rachel, good to see you, Rachel. Hope you're not working too hard. But thank you for all you do. Camila is on with us. Good Friday to you. Glad to see you. Maisha, how I feel about it, I don't feel anything about it. There's no election. I mean, there's no campaigning. We're governing. We are, there's a time, the Bible says a time for everything, and there's a time for governing, there's a time for campaigning. When it's time to campaign, I campaign. When it's time to govern, I govern. So I don't think anything of it. When I get in the ring, when it's time to get in the ring, whoever's in the ring is who I'll deal with. So, I mean, not even thinking about it. Pamela, good to see you. Thank you for joining us. Arlene, thank you so much. Yes, congratulations. Hey, Miss Annette, thank you so much for getting me that information. I was able to make contact. Thank you so much. Bonnie Jean is on with us as well. Sharon Bryan is on all the way from Midway, Georgia. Good to see Vanessa on with us as well. Vernice is on with us from Washington State. Vernice, I was in Nevada, so I was three hours. I mean, it was rough for me to do that. It was rough being that time zone. Hey, Joya Dinkins, good to see you, and Richard Dinkins at the same time. Y'all must have planned that. But we have both Dinkins on with us as well. So good to see you. Lahoma is on as well. Bernice Lohman of Lohman Creative Services. If you ever need stuff done, Bernice can get it done. She can get you hooked up now. So, that's just saying. She's good. Monica is on from the ATL. Good to see you as well. Brenda Curtis, I love you more. I bet you I love you more than you love me. But thank you so much. Greg wants to know who I got in NBA Finals. My team is never in the finals, so I'm probably for Golden State because being a New Yorker, we just hate anything Boston. So, but they better start playing if they want to win. So, hey, Anissa, thank you for joining us. Good to see you, Lorraine. Good to see you. Rocket Robin is on from Kansas City, Missouri. Good to see you. Always good to see you. Lydia is on with us. Thank you so much. And B. Nicole Patrick is going back to school to become a lawyer. Congratulations. Very excited about that for him. Andrea Lynn Hargrove is on as well. Bishop, what happened to you, Bishop? I think we were supposed to connect yesterday, so we have to talk offline about that. But always good to have the Bishop Jacqueline Gilbert Grant in the house. Perlette, good to see you. Lorraine is on. Lakeisha is on. Hello. Jackie Merriweather, good to see you. Aunt Ollie is on with us, and she's back in town. Good to see you. Tara is on from Hardyville, South Carolina. Vornice, I was in Reno and you were in Washington State. I couldn't figure out, I had to figure out what time it was. I mean, my mind was all messed up. Good to see Ed Markey on. Good to see you as well. Thank you very much. And hello to Dr. Brenda for Georgia Secretary of State. Okay, good to see you. Sarah, hey, that's Sarah Stevens, Liberty County's finest and Liberty City's finest as well. Patrick, you are very, very welcome. Prophet Derek Hill is on. Thank you, sir, for joining us as well. Carol is on with us as well. Thank you for joining us. Bishop said she had a flat tire in the rain. Bishop, you know you don't drive yourself, so you know all you had to do was just go buy another car, and you could have just came on, where you were. Latrell Carter is on with us as well. Lucille Bacon. Burdell Jones is on with us. I think that congratulations are in order, Madam Chairperson. Let me know if I'm right, but if I'm right, and I think I am, congratulations. Burdell Jones is the now president of the Liberty County Board of Education elect. And so congratulations on that. You're going to do a fabulous job. Gloria Wells is on with us. Good to see you. Thank you for joining us. Hey, Dennis, good to see you as well. Coach Cassell Bell is on with us all the way from Jacksonville, Florida. Always good to have her on as well, and we appreciate it. Hey, Sister Eloise Dudley, I love you too, and peace and blessings to you as well. So we're going to go ahead. We'll kick this thing off. I know the game is on. Again, I don't care. I don't have a dog in the race, so I'm like, whatever. As well. Margie is on with us. Good evening, Margie. And let me see, Margie is on, and Crystal Kaufman is on, so that means we have both Barbara and Crystal on as well. Iron Bull, work was work, man. So we just keep it moving. We keep it moving. Let's see. Jeff is on. Good to see you, Jeff. Marjorie Young, yes, I understand. I'm speaking at the Rotary Club of Savannah on Monday. Huge. And now I just have to start working today about what I'm going to talk about, because I don't know what I'm going to talk about. And of course, the ever-talented, my brother Spencer Ellis White III is on, and he is armored up. So we all better be real careful. And for those of you who want to try to, be crazy, Spencer is armored up. And Debbie says we should have date night in the Daffin Park with the City of Savannah Cinema Showdown. It is an awesome event in Savannah, but this is us. Let's see. Good evening, Margarita. Good to see you as well. And Bishop says that she had to buy new tires. You didn't have to buy anything, so stop it. Stop. Bishop, stop it. We didn't have to buy anything. You sat in a car while they were being bought, but you didn't pay for no tires, so let's not even go there. Good to see my friend Jennifer Davenport on. Thank you so much. Good to see you. Doris is on with us. Vanessa is on with us. Evelyn, good evening to you. And yes, Verdell says it's confirmed. She is the chairperson-elect of the Liberty County Board of Education. Again, she's going to do a fabulous job. Frederick Bailey, good to see you. Catherine, good to see you as well. And let's see. Yes, Brenda, I'm going to talk about that. And then we have Marsha on today. Good to see Marsha Lieberman on as well. So thank you very much. And Julia Dinkins on. So we have 3 Dinkins on today. So we appreciate all of you joining us. So if it's Friday night in Savannah, if it was Friday night in Savannah, you know how we do. We need to be very, very clear. Good to see you, Brother Jamal, as well. Good evening to Chastity. We thank you for joining us. Again, I want to make sure that we are very, very clear that it is Friday Night Live. And I am so glad to be with you. I'm so glad that you are with us. This means that we have made it another week, and we are excited. We're grateful. We're blessed that we made it 7 more days. So, 7 more days. I mean, 7 more days. We made it another week. And guess what? 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 So just so those of you who do not know, let me see. All right, Iron Bull Taurus, congratulations. And no, to be honest with you, I am not on the mayor tonight. I'm not on the bishop tonight because I want the bishop on me. So I am backing up. I'm putting my hands up and I'm moving slowly away from the bishop because I don't need her on me. Jacqueline Stokes, good to see you. Byron McCoy, good evening. Dee Dee, good evening. Shirley, good evening as well. And Carol, thank you so much for recognizing that because people say there's nothing to do, and I wanted to make sure that we worked very, very hard to make sure that there were activities for everybody to do, and so we've been able to do that. So anyway, so today is week number 116. What is wrong with you folks? 116 weeks, 813 days, 2 years, 2 months, 22 days. We have been in this situationship, in this entanglement, in this love affair that we have. Good to see you as well. Thank you for joining us. But what is wrong with you folks? What is wrong? What is wrong? What is wrong? We keep doing this every Friday night. Here I was at a really nice event and really enjoying myself. Good to see you, Paula. Thank you for joining us. I was having a great time. And Leslie is on with us. And then, of course, the magnificent Monica Thornton is on with us. And always good to see her from Atlanta on and gracing us with her presence. It's always a pleasure to see her. Rita, good evening to you. 116 weeks. Kathy, hello. Good to see you. Carolyn, if you're still in Savannah with Savannah, we're going to have a problem. 116 weeks. And all of us, Michelle and Bill are on from Daytona Beach. And 116. Whitney, it was so good to see you yesterday. 116 weeks. Still going strong. Good to see you, Ernestine. 116 weeks. We've been lifting each other up, holding each other up. We've been loving on each other. We've been praying for each other. I mean, Dressette, you will get your ring as soon as I find some, what they call the old peanut crunch or whatever it is. But yeah, 116 weeks. Thank you all so much. I had an event tonight, and I will tell you that in the event I was at, and the person that was there, she was like, I said, yeah, I got to go. I got 2 more events. And she said, you got date night tonight? I said, yes. And so 116 weeks. I could not let you go. I had to be here. So a lot to talk about. First thing we want you to do, like the page, right? We want you to like the page. Spencer White says, come celebrate the graduates at Bethlehem Missionary Baptist Church on Sunday at 10 o'clock. Reverend Paul Smith is the pastor. I'm speaking, right? Am I the speaker this Sunday, Spencer? Am I speaking? You have to let me know. Hey, Munir from Ruin Thai. We're going to come to Ruin Thai. I'm going to set this up, and we're going to have some Ruin Thai cuisine. Good to see you as well. But anyway, I had to go. I had to get to you all. So we want you to like the page. First thing we want you to do, always like the page, like the page, like the page. We want you to do this. It is Cracker Jacks. Thank you. 116 weeks. So we want you to go ahead and like the page, all right? Second thing we want you to do is do what? We want you to share the page. Share the page. Share the page. Good to see Laura Renee on all the way from Pennsylvania on with us. Thank you for joining us as well. Good to see the legend himself on. Tyrone Hollywood Brown is on with us And so always a pleasure to have him on, a Harlem Globetrotter basketball legend from Savannah. So we appreciate you representing. And Spencer says yes. So I got to put that on my calendar. I'm speaking at Bethlehem Baptist Church this Sunday at 10 o'clock, and it is graduation Sunday. So I've been invited, so I'll be there. Good to see Deborah Bullock on as well. Good to see my friend and brother, Pastor Charles P. Roberson Sr. Congratulations on another outstanding year of ministry. I'm sorry, you know how that musician life is, but know that I was with you in spirit. So I want you to share the page. We want you to like the page, and then you know what else we do. We always send it out to our girl Tara, and we are Tara Strong. So go ahead and let's send her some love. Let her know that we're thinking about her. Good to see Kendra roll on. Kendra is the commissioner of the North Ward of Brunswick, Georgia. Always good to have Kendra on with us as well. And so we're sending love out to our girl Tara. Again, we want you to share the page. We want you to like the page. Go ahead and share it. We are not jealous with our love. Good to see Denise Hot Paws on. Good to see you. Thank you for joining us as well. Carol says her aunt, Savannah's aunt, passed away. All right, well, let her know I'm thinking about you, and I'm going to give you a hug. Show that we care as well. And we're sending love out to our girl Tara. And yes, Akia, come on into the room. Let's get the Flossie Posse into the room and get that done. Felicia, the answer is yes. I will be there Sunday. Send me the details. I'll be there on Sunday, so I want to make sure you know that. Kizzy is on with us as well. Thank you for joining us, Kizzy. Hope you are doing well. And Kathy Brown Grant is on. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for just sitting that out. So I wanted to talk about that, and good to see the awesome, the great Gabrielle Nelson. She is the Port Wentworth District 1 Councilwoman. She is doing amazing things. Port Wentworth is on the map, and she is out there. She's engaging with people. She's speaking on the issues. She's speaking intelligently, and she is the calm, in my opinion, that has helped calm some of that stuff going on in Port Wentworth. So congratulations and thank you, Councilwoman Nelson, for joining us as well. And so we appreciate that, and glad to have Dr. Brenda Nelson Porter on. And I'll go ahead and send some love to you to congratulate you. Thanking you for coming to our love night. Good to see you, Roxy. Always good to have Tia Acker on with us as well. And Lala is shouting out the Warriors. And let me see. I don't know what that's about, but we don't use that type of language here. So, please, let's respect the room, okay? All right. So, a couple things I want to talk about, and then we'll take some questions. I want to talk a little bit about COVID. Because things are changing, and I've always said that I will be straight up with you and tell you the truth. And the reality, the truth is this, is that our numbers continue to increase. And keep in mind that we are not actually capturing real numbers because, people are, they're using the home test. So therefore, when health departments and medical facilities did it, we knew what the numbers were. Right now, we don't know really what the numbers are. And so that is very, very concerning to me because people are getting it. And that's the issue. Good to see you, Brittany. Good to see Darnell Brooks from Nashville, Tennessee as well. Wow, we have the Monica Morgan, international photojournalist hailing from Detroit, Michigan. Outstanding speaker, motivational speaker. If we can raise enough money, I would love to get her here in Savannah. Gina, we are not talking about the game. We talk about other stuff, so as well. And we love you too, and to, I can't free boys doing life. That's beyond me. So anyway, um, but yeah, COVID is still out here for real, and so we're not capturing our numbers. So that's an issue. In the past 4 months, remember we used to use what was called the Community Transmission Index, which was the rate of infection per 100,000 people. And so if you remember, the 100 was the number we were looking at to be able to have or drop mask mandates. Well, they don't use the CTI anymore. But if we were using the CTI, our numbers would be this. And I want you to keep this in mind. Because, again, we're not capturing all the tests. So for the last 4 weeks, it was 134, 160, 210, 272, and that does not include this week. So it's higher than that. And so we have not been below 100 for quite some time. And then the number of cases reported per week, again, the key word here is reported per week, has increased. For 4 weeks ago, it was 215, then it was 330, 434, and as of last week, we were at least 692 reported cases. This is raw numbers. This is not per 100,000. So the fact is, it's going up. COVID is still out here. All right, let's be very, very clear. It's still out here. It's still out there, and that's really the big issue. And Monica Morgan supports me. I appreciate you as well. But let's be very, very clear that it is still among us. So to talk a little bit more about it, statewide, our hospitalizations have increased over the past 2 weeks, and reported deaths are beginning to increase as well. Right now, fortunately, nothing near what we used to see. So although that is good, the fact is people are still becoming infected. The predominant strain in Georgia right now is called Omicron BA.2.12.1. So Omicron BA.2.12.1. And the thing about this version, this is much more infectious than the original Omicron, which is why people are getting sick. So the good news here is that despite the increases in cases, the overall severity of illnesses is less than the earlier versions of COVID-19. And local hospitalizations have not surged yet. The bad news is that we're seeing increases in infections despite increasing levels of vaccination. So although the overall severity is less, especially those who are up to date with their vaccinations, that's why you got to be vaccinated. Somewhere between 10 and 30% of those infected will develop some version of what's known as long COVID, with symptoms that will last from a few weeks to months. And that's fatigue, shortness of breath, brain fog, joint aches, loss of taste or smell. There are people who they had COVID last year and they still can't taste anything. So we're asking you all to continue to be vigilant, continue to recognize it's out there. Keep masks around you. Again, I traveled this week, and I don't care what they were doing on the plane in the airport. I had my mask on, and you will see me roll up in some places, and if I don't feel comfortable, the mask is going on. I have my vaccinations. I've been boosted twice. If you have not been boosted, go ahead and get boosted, because this version is much more infectious, and there are people all over the place who are becoming infected. And although you may not die, you could end up with long COVID. And long COVID is an issue. You know, that you've gone through all of this and you still have symptoms. You're healed and you're still coughing. You're healed and you still have brain fatigue. You're healed and you still have shortness of breath. So I need you all to do that. Loto, good to see you. Thank you for joining us. So you wanted to know, and I told you. Jacqueline, thank you for joining us as well. And good to see Dr. Heather, who has come off of her hiatus on her own island. Her own island. Her own island. And so we're glad that you're back. But for those of you who are on here, again, Marjorie, our hospital death rate is relatively flat, although we see deaths starting to rise. So I'm just keeping y'all, I'm just going to keep your put your boots on. So, people out here acting like it's gone. No, people are still being infected. They're still being affected. So Tia's asking about cases and reports. I mean, I'm trying to decide kind of what we do about masks. Because at some point, I can't be paternal about it. At some point, I have to be able to say to grown folks, look, there are vaccines out here, there are opportunities to be boosted, there are masks out here, and you have to exercise some discipline and some restraint. And then if you get sick because, really sick because you didn't, get the vaccine, that's on you. So I am thinking and praying about how to address that. So please, I'm saying to you, even our pediatricians have told us they're seeing more and more children infected. So make sure that you're taking care of yourself, okay? Rita got her second booster as well. And Tia, the age groups of the new cases are all the way across the spectrum. Again, if you are not vaccinated, you have greater chance of becoming more sick than those who are vaccinated, okay? So Rita's keeping her mask in the car. Cassell wears 3 masks. The boosters, I don't know how long they last. I think I was judging before. It might have been, when I got COVID in January, I know that he said I was probably pretty good for a couple of months. I don't know, but we'll find out. And Ed Beatty is on as well. Yes, I'm glad you're stopping by, and we do need to encourage kids to our community centers. Shauna, COVID never left. And Roxy has half of those systems. Good to see Stoney, my beautiful niece. Good to see her joining us. She's on here to have her uncle's back in case people act up. Pamela, thank you for joining us. Glad to have you. Again, let's take precautions as well. Lily Reddick, good evening to you as well. Marsha, hello as well. Keela, I'm still wearing my mask and I keep it with me. And if I feel, kind of strange about this, and I'm not, and I'm not gonna let people be all up in my face either. Grace, good to see you as well. I mean, people want to be all up in your face, and I'm like, personal space. So, and Darnell Brooks says that Nashville is a hot location according to the CDC, and we're trying not to get to that point. Natalia asking about housing, and I'll talk about that in a minute. Vandeland has my name, and I have her name. Good to see you as well. And Jacqueline Davis said, Doctor, so you're in Georgia now, Jacqueline? You moved here? And if you moved here, why does your profile still say Chicago? So you need to change that and say Savannah. And then they're saying that Dr. Francois is not far behind. Lita, good to see you. And Marjorie, you can get free tests. I think they've opened up more free tests for the government. So check. Pamela, I heard there's a 3rd booster. I don't know about it though. Good to see Jacob Horn on. Thank you, sir, for joining us as well. And let's see. Was there a law passed about panhandling? Hold that, William, for me 1 second. I want to get to that. Let's talk about that right quick. Now I'll go back to the other question. So the problem is this: how do you enforce panhandling with homeless people? Right now, our jails are not taking misdemeanors. So what do you do? Give them a ticket? I mean, that's part of the issue that we've had is that our jail is not really taking misdemeanors. So I mean, it's a misdemeanor. So if the police come and they say stop doing it, I'm gonna write you a ticket. I'll write you a ticket. What else do you have? You only have arrest, and you can't really arrest them because you have nowhere to take them. So that's been part of our issue. But we're working on it. Sabrina, good evening to you. So let's talk a little bit about housing. And I'm going to warn you now. If you live in Chatham County, the reality is that your taxes are going to go up. And they're going to go up because there are a couple of ways. Donica! Good to see you. there are factors that contribute to your assessment of taxes. Your assessment of taxes. One is known as the taxes that you pay, taxes that are levied against you or levied on you. So people think that their taxes go up is because of the city of Savannah. That's not true. The city of Savannah does taxes. Chatham County does taxes. The school board does taxes. And CAT, the Chatham Area Transit Authority, also taxes you. All right. If you live in other cities, then those cities tax you as well. And so that's one way. The city of Savannah, we have either maintained or dropped taxes over the last 4 years. But your taxes could still go up. That leads us to the other side. One is taxes, the other is valuation. Valuation is how your home value is. And Tracy Richardson, I was supposed to hear from you, and I did not hear from you. What's up with that? But anyway, the other thing is valuation. So valuation is what the value of your property is. Because, hey, my big uncle on, Herb Johnson, good to see you, Unc. Thank you for joining us, sir. I'm going to go ahead and shout my uncle out. But the point is this. When you talk about valuation, so when all these houses are selling all over the place, when the house is sold, and particularly on a very hot housing market like we have right now, when the value of your home when the sales of your adjoining properties in your neighborhood happen at higher prices, that raises the value of your home. The more you value your home, the more do those taxes, even if they don't change, affect the value of your property. So valuation changes. And I mean, let's be straight. Housing prices are through the roof. So valuation is through the roof. That means your house costs more than it has. Therefore, regardless of what your tax rate is, and the city of Savannah is not going to raise your taxes this year. As a matter of fact, I'm trying to reduce taxes this year. I think the county might be raising them, and I think the school board might raise them. I don't know. But either way it goes is that your tax bill is going to go up. Now, people will say that, hey, good to see you, Veronica. Thank you for joining us. People will say that well, and Veronica, I hope you're still going to be hanging out with us. I hope you ain't going to just like dip and leave us. But anyway, the important thing to know about the valuation is that people say, I don't want my value to go up in the house. Yes, you do. Your home is an appreciating asset, meaning it gains in value. Since biblical days, wealth was never measured in money. Wealth was always measured in land. And so if you own a piece of land, the more value that land has, it becomes generational wealth that you could pass on to your children and their children. They say that you leave wealth for your children's children, and you do that through land. So the same things. Good to see you, Gloria Brown and Kathy. Thank you for joining us. So your value is going to go up. It's going to go up. And so, find ways to leverage that, because that also means that your equity in your home goes up, meaning the amount of it that you own in the house, which is your mortgage less your payment, everything in between that is called equity. And so if your value goes up and what you're paying on what you own on the house is still the same, then you have more equity, which means that's money you can borrow off of, you can get a mortgage off of, you can help fix some of your other stuff, all that stuff. So, we just want to make sure that you know that and be prepared for it. I mean, I don't think that you say, I don't want my property value to go up. That's like going to your job and say, I don't want a raise. Now, admittedly, and good to see the awesome Linda Wilder Bryant, the Alderwoman for District 3 of the Savannah City Council, and I appreciate you standing with me. And Carla, congratulations on retiring from the Air National Guard. But we recognize that sometimes such drastic changes makes it very, very difficult for people to be able to pay those taxes. But I think that is offset by the fact that now you have more value to your house. And that's what I was talking about. Um, and see, Debbie Williams Walker is trying me already. And so she wants to be Erica and she wants to buy my house. And I was gonna say some bad words, but um, since the bishop is on here, Pastor Roberson is on here, I'm gonna be real nice, okay? But anyway, so we just have to make sure we're planning properly for the increase in taxes. I mean, again, you have time to pay it off, but I mean, the fact is that you don't want your home to go down in value. That means it's a depreciating asset. So we want to make sure that you're able to deal with that. So that's the deal with the housing prices. As you know, the city of Savannah does not have anything to do with housing prices. As a matter of fact, the city of Savannah is not even allowed to be able to address issues as it relates to rent protection or renters protection. People unfortunately are just kind of left out there hanging. I think it's really, really bad. Good to see you, Benjamin. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. So, we want to make sure that you're doing the right thing. And Zane has some knowledge he's dropping about checking banks, and so let's look into that as well. So that's the deal with the housing. And again, make sure you plan for it. Make sure you're planning for it. Make sure you plan. The valuation is going up. Lenora, good to see you. And again, valuation is not a bad thing. Your asset is now more valuable, which is why you don't necessarily drop out and then sell the moment it raises in value. So you want to make sure you stay on top of that. So those are two questions. Ruel says, can we address the conspiracy that somehow I colluded with the director of Family Promise to take down Look, I can't entertain the wild theories and the paranoia that's in somebody's head. I mean, if I did all of the stuff that people say I did, I am a really bad dude. I'm a powerful man because I somehow or another put thoughts in people's minds. I force people to do things, and that's what paranoia is. And so, I'm very, very careful about how I deal with people because I've always been told that if you dig one hole, you dig two. So I'm not digging no holes for nobody. So that's not how I operate. So I hope I addressed your question. What else we got? Hey, Jacqueline, good to see you. Shantae, hello. Katrina, you are very welcome. Hey, Kathy, thank you for joining us as well. Glad to have you on with us as well. Shauna, I don't know what happened to White Bluff. I rode by there and I got detoured as well, so I don't know what was going on. Vanessa, good to see you as well. I appreciate that. I knew it was an accident, but I didn't know what was going on. So I wanted to talk about that, and I wanted to talk about, and I want to come back to that. And you say you see me do enough horrible things you don't have to wonder about? Fine. Do you? Because see, I don't, I'm not going to allow you to occupy space in my mind. See, so that's what you do. Hey, Hong, good to see you. Good evening to you. Benjamin is coming to see us. Let us know about it. And thank you, Ruel, for helping us to point that out. So I wanted to talk a little bit about, I was in Reno, Nevada for the U.S. Conference of Mayors. Camilla, good to see you. Flynn Style, keep doing it. And, we are having, the funny thing about it is that we're trying our best to address issues of gun violence. And it has to be done from all ways. It has to be done from, hey Elaine, good to see you. It has to be done from the availability of guns. It has to be done by the getting in between the decisions that people make. It's about mental health, and it's about public health, and it's about a whole of community approach. And it's about getting in between those decisions that make people do it and helping people with an off ramp for those who want to be able to do the right thing. Um, I never said I'd be able to stop shootings anywhere. I can't, I can't control grown folk. But what I can do, and what this city has done, is to really lead the way in doing all that we can. We've tried the whole police officers on every corner. We've tried that. It doesn't work because we recognize how that happens. We know that police officers on every street does not work, particularly when we look at people that are doing domestic violence stuff, suicides. Um, it just doesn't work. So we have to treat this as a public health issue because it is. And that's what we're addressing. And we're addressing a whole of community approach. It is not just the police officers. And that's why we've got this thing wrong, because we've addressed it just from a law enforcement response. It's not just law enforcement. I mean, there's something wrong in my mind if I don't value your life because I don't value my life. You understand what I'm saying? There's a lot of people out here who are depressed. A lot of people have a lot of things going on in their lives. People who are going through some really, really bad things. The fact is that, the gun is available. And so I was with other mayors. Good to see you, Carolyn. That's why I was with other mayors in Reno. We're asking for common sense gun laws. I mean, Congress, get off your behinds and make this thing happen. We support the Second Amendment. I support the Second Amendment, and I have guns. But I think that no one should have. Nobody should have an AR-15 for what? They're talking about we shooting prairie dogs. I've never seen no prairie dog in Savannah. I only seen prairie dogs on National Geographic. And if you're shooting deer and you're doing that for deer meat, with AR-15, there's no meat to eat. So, we have to be really, really cool about how we deal with that issue. I think that you should be 21 years old to buy a gun. I mean, will it happen? Will it help? I don't know whether it'll help, but we know that, that a lot of people doing these mass shootings are under the age of 25. So we recognize that. We recognize that there should be red flag laws. Red flag laws meaning that if you were involved with a domestic violence incident, it means if you were involved with some type of violence or mental health, then maybe we should take away your ability to have a gun until you can determine that you're able to do it. It should not be easier to get a gun than it is to get a driver's license. And you know what? When you get a driver's license, you have to go through a field study, you have to take a test, and it's a privilege. It can be revoked. And so I think it should be the same way. It has to be the same way. We have to really look at how we're looking at gun violence here. Because the fact of the matter is, this is crazy. It's crazy. We're burying babies. And I just wake up and I pray every single day that it's not Savannah that's victimized, but it's happening in big cities, small cities, suburban cities, urban cities, rural cities. It's happening. And so, when we talk about mass shootings, we're talking about 4 or more victims. I'm just talking about the everyday stuff. We've had hundreds of guns stolen in Savannah from unlocked cars just from January to June. From January to June, it was a couple hundred stolen guns from unlocked vehicles. That's an issue because those guns go other places. And Tawana, I agree with you. If you want to have a gun in your home, you should do that. The problem is when you have it in your car and you don't take good care of it, it is an issue because that gun ends up somewhere else. That's what the issue is. And so, we're going to continue to address that. We're going to continue to, good to see you, Harry. We're going to continue to look at gun violence as the public health crisis that it is. We're going to continue to insist on common sense gun laws. We're going to continue to try to provide off ramps on. Janice Baker is on from Virginia. Glad to see you. I am a little disappointed you're going to leave us, but it's okay. We have to be able to find better ways to dealing with that. Again, we're not against people having guns. We're against illegal guns getting in the hands of wrong people. And so we have to be able to do better. What we have been doing has not worked. And so for all those people who always say they have all the answers, then I would love to see them. So, the fact is, it is good to see you, Diana. You're forgiven. So the goal of this is that we have to be able to do a whole of community approach. And that's what we're doing with our ONES office, Office of Neighborhood Safety and Engagement. We're in the neighborhoods, we're talking with people, we're making face-to-face contact with non-law enforcement. We're getting to know what people are, what things they're dealing with. We have to deal with them. We have to do it person to person, and that's what we're starting to do. So just wanted to shout that out as well. Right, Tawana says you can buy a gun safe on Amazon for $100 or less. Yeah, whatever it is. I mean, when I get out my car, my gun comes with me. We shouldn't have these many stolen guns in our community. And so we're probably going to put an ordinance together to start holding people accountable, because if you did not responsibly maintain your gun and your gun got away and was used in something else, we need to be holding you accountable as well. Again, responsible gun ownership. So, any other questions? And then I'm gonna kind of go into what's on my mind today. Again, appreciate you all being with us and joining us. Here we are again, week number 116 in one day. Friday Night Live, and we are still getting it together. As a matter of fact, I have a dilemma coming up on a Friday in 2 weeks. I'm going to figure out a way to be able to help make that happen. So I'm going to say this, and then, I know some of you want to watch the game, and we'll let you go ahead and do that. I appreciate you all being with me and sharing with me. I appreciate you more than you know. It's important. And the word for me this week was focus. The word for me was focus. Focus. Because there are times and there are things, there's noise in the background that will strive to get you distracted from your purpose. And we've all had that. Lala, go ahead and ask your question. We've all had that, where the noise in the background, the foolishness. Hong, thank you for joining us. I hear stuff about myself. It's like somebody said, I heard this week I didn't tip. People were saying I never tipped them. I'm like, I got receipts to show I tip people. I tip at least 20%. But I thought about it. You know what? Focus. Focus. And Lala, yes, of course I'm running for mayor again, because I'm going to finish what I started. But I have to focus. I can't listen to the noise that's around me, and it's all noise. Bishop Grant, the book of Ezra says that they hired agents, they bribed agents to conspire against them and frustrate their purpose. To frustrate you, to get you off your focus. Because if you're looking here and you happen to look here, then you're not paying attention to what's happening there. Focus. And I'm working to deal with that. Which is why people often tell me, they say, you seem so unbothered by it. And I'm like, I am unbothered by it. Because I'm doing a great work. And hey, Rachel, you appreciate it. Good to see you, Sean. I am staying focused. I can't listen to your noise. I can't listen to your wild stunts. I can't listen to your innuendos or your accusations. I don't have time because I'm focused. I'm focused on the work that was set before me. And I cannot be frustrated by your noise or your distractions. Funny thing about it was, in Savannah, we have horses that are downtown. Carol, please forgive me. I know Carol. Uh, Carol, I know you're going to be mad at me. We have horses downtown. But I noticed that they put these things on the horses because they want to keep the horses focused on what's ahead. Because if not, horses will be looking left and right and will walk into something. And so for me and for you, whatever your purpose is, whatever thank you, Miss Elsie, I appreciate that. Whatever your purpose is, whatever your mission is, whatever your goal is, you have to stay focused on that work which is before you. You can't get turned to the left and right, and stuff happens. And I believe the enemy will throw stuff at you to get you unfocused. It just throw stuff. And sometimes it's stupid stuff. And sometimes it's real stuff. It's real stuff. But I will tell you this much. It is hard to hit a moving target. So I keep moving. Like the Matrix. Stay focused. Don't let the hired agents, don't let the broad agents frustrate your purpose. Don't come for me. I'm not the one. I'm not disturbed by the rent and the space that I'm occupying in your head. If you want to hate me, that is your issue. I'm not bothered by it because I don't hate you. You think about it. If you want to sit down and think and conspire and try to figure out ways to bring me down, and that's how you want to spend the precious time of your life, then you do you. Because I'm focused. I'm focused. I'm focused. I'm focused on what's happening in our city. I'm focused on making lives better. I'm focused on providing and making sure that housing in Savannah is accessible, affordable, and available. I'm focused because I want to make sure that our young people stop shooting each other. I'm focused because I want to get our poverty level down even further than what it is. I'm focused because I want our young people to be able to grow and live their best lives. I'm focused because I want us to start loving each other a little bit more. And I want to talk about that in a minute. But the fact of the matter is, I'm focused. And your mess is your mess. None of my business. What you think about me is your business. Certainly not mine. And so I was told, and that word that came to me was focus. Burdell Jones, as you assume the chair of the Liberty County School Board, remember why the people sent you there. Because they love you now, and they're going to hate you tomorrow. I'm a living witness. Stay focused. Kendra Roll in Brunswick, stay focused. Because you'll hear the noise. You'll hear the noise. You hear the noise. Stay focused. To whomever it is, if it's an entrepreneur, or no matter who it is, hey Lenore, good to see you. No matter what it is, you will never see me treat people the way that people will treat me. Because I'm not built like that. Because when you throw the crap, it just comes. Because I'm focused. I need you to be focused. My big brother Slice, good to see you, sir. So I'm going to stay focused. Eddie, thank you very much. I appreciate that. We're going to stay focused. We are doing a great work and we can't come down. And so just so you know, of course I'm running for mayor next year. And yes, we have a record to stand on. We have a record to stand on. Under this administration, Linda Wilder Bryan, stay focused. Remember what the people sent you for. And it's thankless work. People who never, ever, 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 won't ever, 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 ever put their foot in a political ring, will never give up their time and their effort and their money, give up their lives to be able to do the things that we do, but can criticize you for stuff that they think you should do. Stay focused. Focused. And so for me, I stay focused. I stay focused. I stay focused. I stay focused. And so when all that foolishness comes and you going to start hearing foolishness, that ain't me. It ain't me. And I got to call nobody's name because I don't let people have that much space in my head. I don't. I'm not going to let them do it. I'm not going to do it. Stay focused. And that's what we're about. And that's who we're going to be about. And we're going to just make sure that we stay on that roadway. And hence why it's so important and why I appreciate you and who you are and what you mean to me. Because there are often times where you will, you have those days where it's just, your ability to stay as focused. Sometimes it just kind of, and yet you all remind me of what I do and why I do it. You remind me of the importance of staying focused. And so we're going to stay focused. We're going to stay engaged. We're going to remember the reason why the people sent us. And we're going to show integrity, professionalism, and accountability. And so, that's where I am. So let's make sure so for all the foolishness, I tip at least 20% and know I'm not sick. I'll be here as long as the Lord says I'm going to be here. But, you'll hear that stuff. We have to stop. We really entertain foolishness too much. And I mean, the older I get, the less time I have for foolishness. I don't have time for it. I just don't. I mean, my time is the most valuable thing I have. I have houses. I have a new car. I have clothes. I have some stuff. But the most valuable thing I have, besides my parents and my beautiful nieces and nephews, my time. And so I get to choose what I spend my precious time on. And if you want to spend your time on me, then I say have at it. But I'm not going to spend my time on you because it's not that important. Because I'm focused. And I want you all to keep focused in your life and the things that you do. Stay focused. Stay focused. Stay focused. Even if things happen sometime that will pull you, to the left or to the right, find ways to bring yourself back and remember why you are who you are and what you're doing. I can't waste time. I have to stay focused. So, what's up, Romy? Good to see you. Latasha, good to see you. So, I just want you to know how much I appreciate you. Appreciate your thoughts and prayers. Oh, I know what I wanted to tell you all to show you how important it is, and I want to put this say. I think this is important. So two things happen. Um, how do we see the voter stats in the primary? Billy, you can go right to the Board of Elections page. They have all that stuff. So in Savannah, we hung the pride flag. The first time in the city's history that we hung the pride flag in City Hall. I hung it, and it will remain hung for Pride Month. Savannah will be a place of love. Savannah will be a place of respect and acceptance. I don't have to agree with people, but we will respect people. And so for those people who choose to love whoever they choose to love, our LGBTQ plus community, I said I would be I would be a mayor that will open up the table for everybody, Bishop, that was your Wisdom Night Bible study. Now, see, I wouldn't even see Bishop, see, me and you are in sync, even though I'm mad with you. But we're going to be a city of love, and we're going to create spaces at Savannah's table for people. And so our LGBTQ plus community, we love them too. And it was amazing, if you look at my page, of some of the remarks that we got from people mad because we hung a flag that represents a good portion of our community. I'm nobody's pastor. I'm a mayor. I don't give religious rights. That's up to your minister of faith to do. I give civil rights. And Savannah will be a place. I'm not gay. I'm not a part of the LGBTQ plus community, but they deserve a place in Savannah too. And Savannah should be their home too. And they should feel welcome in their home in Savannah too. That's why the flag is hung. That's why it's hung. Because we recognize that they have a seat at the table. They should have a seat at the table. And that's why I created the Proud Savannah Task Force. Because people should not have to feel that they can't live in Savannah because people hate them. That's why. Because young kids should not have to kill themselves because they don't feel that they will be accepted for who they are. You religious folk, keep your religious stuff to yourself. There's a place for that. And if that's where you are in your walk, in my walk, it is love. The greatest commandment, love your neighbor as thyself. Love your neighbor. If your neighbor is black, if your neighbor is white, if your neighbor is Hispanic or API, if your neighbor is LGBTQ+, love your neighbor. Love them. Love them. Love them first. And so again, I don't have to be gay to recognize that, people deserve to be loved. And we're going to be that beloved city. We are going to be that. So the flag is hanging. Starting on Monday, the Juneteenth flag, for the first time in our city's history, will be hung in the city of Savannah's City Hall. There is a Juneteenth flag. And if you remember, I proclaimed Juneteenth the week last year. I proclaimed it in 2021. I proclaimed Juneteenth in Savannah as observance, as a holiday. And now the federal government has done that. And so on this Monday, next Monday, the 20th, we will observe Juneteenth as a federal and city holiday. And in observance of that, we will hang the Juneteenth flag. I've ordered it to be hung for the next 2 weeks. Because you know what? We celebrate with black people. We celebrate with black people. Hey, Lights, I would appreciate that. We celebrate with black people because when our country got better when black people were freed. Our country got better when we started accepting black people into our family. Right? So then LGBTQ people, we people who wanted to be accepted now wants to turn around and be judgmental of somebody else? I don't know. Billy, I am not sure, but I do know the city of Savannah. You know, that's how we're going to do in the city of Savannah. So, hey, Angie Kelly, good to see you. I appreciate you. So we're going to love in this city. We're going to love our neighbors as ourselves. And who is our neighbor? A man was going from Jerusalem to Jericho where he fell among thieves and hit him in his head and robbed him of his raiment, left him for dead on the side of the road. And a priest walked by and saw this man in this state and had left him on the side of the road. And then a Levite came by and saw this man beaten and bloodied on the side of the road and left him there. But then a Samaritan came by, saw this beaten, bruised, bloody man on the side of the road, and he tended to his wounds and took him to an inn and stayed with the man all night and paid the shopkeeper and said, if it's not enough, I will come back and will pay the remainder. Who was the good neighbor? Was it the priest? Was it the politician? Or was it the man that stopped and had compassion? Let us be people of compassion. Let us be people of love. Let us be people of acceptance. Love our neighbors as ourselves. Love our neighbors that we don't even like a whole lot. Love our neighbors who try to frustrate our purpose and get us off our focus. Love our neighbors who say mean and nasty stuff about you. Love your neighbor that will dig your hole. Love them. Let me stop before I get happy. Anyway, thank you all so much. I appreciate you all. I appreciate you loving me. I appreciate you spending time with me. We thank you. This is a wrap. Here it is, week number 116, Friday Night Live. Keeping it moving, always doing it. God bless you. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.